Hello and welcome back to another video. Today's video is a little bit different, as you can tell. I'm actually going to review and take a look at a drawing tablet. And if you don't know what a drawing tablet is, after a quick Google search, we find that a drawing tablet is a computer input device that enables a user to hand draw images, animations or graphics with a special pen-like stylus, similar to the way a person draws images with a pencil on paper. So basically it enables you to draw on your computer. The tablet I'm going to take a look at today is the Huion H1161 that Huion themselves sent over for review, and of course this review is completely unbiased and all opinions are my own. In the description I will have some timestamps if you want to skip ahead to a specific point, as well as some more information about how to buy this product or any of Huion's other products. I also have an exciting announcement that you don't want to miss out on, so stick around till the end to find out. Let's get started, shall we? So first of all, the H1161 retails at $90, and let's take a look at what you get for that price. So open up the box, you will find a thank you card, and under it the tablet itself. And as you can see right off the bat, it's quite big actually. It comes in at 279 and 174 millimeters. This will give you copious amounts of room to work on when using the tablet. Then if we flip it over, you will find 4 rubber pads, so it doesn't slide around on your table, which is always nice to see. And if we give it a little tuck, you can see it's okay. It's quite well made for being this cheap. There is also 10 individually programmed buttons on the side that you can set to shortcuts, so you don't have to reach all the way to your keyboard to maybe do Ctrl+C or something like that, which in my opinion is really helpful and would boost your workflow. While pressing the buttons, you will feel a nice tactile feedback, but if we take a closer look at them, you can see that they are quite wiggly and loose. Moving on, we have the stylus or the pen that you will use with the tablet. It is made out of plastic with a rubber texture where you typically hold it in your hand. You will also find 2 buttons on it that you can also program to whatever you want. But the most important thing in my opinion is the way that the pen feels in your hand. And I've used it for a couple of weeks now and I feel really confident using it. It has a nice weight to it. Even though the weight is more focused towards the front, it doesn't really bother you when in use. Next up we have the pen holder, which is a great little thing to have, as well as something you don't often see with a lot of other drawing tablets at this price. Anyways, there is 2 ways to hold up the pen, vertically and horizontally. Even though it is really useful, it also has its downsides. Gravity is the only thing keeping the pen in place, which makes it really unstable and wiggly. I would like to see like a magnet or something similar, keeping it still and secure. If we turn it around, you can see we have a little hole here, and if we put the pen in here and twist, you could remove the nib and then swap it out with a new one. The pen holder itself doesn't have a lot of weight to it, along with no rubber pads on the bottom, which makes it move around a lot if you accidentally hit it or something like that. Last but not least, we have some good old cables, so we can hook it up to a PC that connects via USB, so it's basically plug and play after you install the drivers and the software of course. That I will also go over later in the video. We also get 2 adapters, so you could use the tablet for Android, but I won't test any of those in this video. So now I'm going to explain and show off some more advanced features that the tablet has to offer, starting off with the touch strip that you can find on the right hand side. And this enables you to scroll between options like blending options or zoom in. If we compare it to the scroll wheel on a mouse, it works in a similar way. Then we have 16 soft express keys on the top, besides from the 10 that I mentioned before. So basically you have a fully fledged keyboard and mouse all in one, and if you personally program every button to your liking, it could really boost your workflow. The tablet also has a 266 pps report rate, which helps to sense the pen movement exactly. This allows the H1161 to have almost no delay lines at all. It also comes equipped with a 5080 LPI high pen resolution. This creates more natural and delicate brushstrokes. Now let's move on to something that I found is very important when it comes to drawing tablets: the texture of the surface. You want something that feels natural to draw on. And from my experience, I'm pretty happy with the texture of the H1161. It's a smooth plastic, but when you draw it you can feel some resistance, so the pen just seems to glide around, which I like. Moving on to the Stylus, which is battery free. I'm not really sure how they do that, but anyways, that is an awesome feature. You will never worry about battery life ever again. Along with the battery free feature, we also have over 8,000 levels of pen pressure. 8,192 to be exact, which is more than double the amount of other drawing tablets at this price point. And if you don't know what I'm talking about right now, I'm going to do a quick explanation of pen pressure. Basically, it allows you to put pressure on the tablet to create small thin lines or large hard lines, or a transition between them. This also works with opacity, but it all depends on the brush you're using. This is something you can't do at all with a normal mouse. And with more pressure levels, you will have more precise lines, and the transition between thick and thin lines will be more natural. For example, the mouse you're using right now has a pen pressure of 1. The pen also comes with a 60-degree tilt recognition to make it resemble a real pen even more. Hopefully I don't have to explain it, it's pretty much self-explanatory. Let's take a look at the drivers and the software that comes with the tablet. You could get them from the disk that comes with the tablet or download them from their website like a normal human being. So in the software you can program the tablet and the pen all to your liking, as well as selecting your work area. Me having 2 monitors, I prefer containing my workspace on the monitor I design on. This is very configurable, which I also like. Moving on to the pen section, here we can change the 2 buttons on the pen as well as the pressure curve. Very straightforward. Next tab is for the programmable buttons on the tablet itself, and here you can set it to whatever you want. In conclusion, it is a very simple software, nothing too fancy, and like I mentioned before, it is a plug and play tablet, so you don't have to have the software open to use it, you could use it straight away. Okay, so now you know all about the Huion H1161, but let's find out how it performs. I have only tested the tablet with Photoshop, but according to Huion, it's compatible with these programs. Anyways, I decided to put it to the test. Okay, that sounds more hardcore than it really is. Basically, I just want to share my experience working with the H1161 while I make this 30k illustration, for hitting 30k of course. Even though I basically never do illustrations, the tablet is very user friendly. It probably took me longer deciding what to draw than getting comfortable with the tablet. And I gotta say, the programmable buttons on both the pen and the tablet itself came in really handy. And as you can see, I'm not the best at drawing, but I had fun making it. And I will continue using the H1161 to get better. So before I conclude this review of the Huion H1161, I want to go over some pros and cons of the tablet. My intention with this video was to find out if this is the ultimate drawing tablet for beginners. And as a beginner myself, I gotta say the pros definitely outweighs the cons. And I could mention more pros and cons than I am about to right now, but I just want to highlight the features that I didn't like as well as those that I did. Let's start off with the cons. I am not a big fan of the way the cable connects to the tablet. I would prefer having a cable to connect on the top. This way it doesn't bother you when you're using it. Right now it goes under my arm, and even if this isn't a major problem, I still want to include it. Another thing that I mentioned early in this video is the build quality of the H1161. It is completely made of plastic as far as I know, so it feels like bendable. I would like to see it have some more toughness to it, along with more rigid buttons. Like I also mentioned before, the buttons are a little loose for my taste. But as long as you treat it with care, you shouldn't worry about it breaking anytime soon. Just the fact that it only cost 90 euros or $90, basically the same thing, so you know they had to compromise on the build quality for some extra features, which I don't really mind at all. Moving along to the pros, let's start with the programmable buttons, something that the H1161 has a lot of. As a beginner, I would say you would use maybe a fifth of all the buttons, not even that, but I really like that they all are different. This makes it easier for you to remember what you've programmed them to. Oh, I know this is Ctrl-C because it's the big one on the right and the left click is on the pen. And with time I would see myself using more and more buttons for shortcuts. So the fact that the H1161 has so many of them is great. It allows for improvement and it's not at all restricting your path to become the digital Bob Ross. I also like the size of the tablet. It is bigger than the one I had before, and I found that to be really helpful. It enables you to make larger and more exaggerated and natural brushstrokes. And in general it makes it easier to draw because it resembles like a piece of paper. Next up is the pen holder, which I really enjoyed. It becomes so much easier to store the pen when you're not using it. On tablets I have used before, which didn't have one, I always found myself having trouble to find a place for the pen. So right now the pen of the H1161 sits right next to my computer, waiting on to be used again. So let's talk about the pen, shall we? What I really like about it is the fact that it's really comfortable to use, and with the rubber texture where you typically hold it makes it even better. Of course it takes some time to get used to using a pen on your computer, but this pen really speeds up the process, at least for me. So that's it for pros and cons. A great tablet for beginners in my opinion. It comes fully spec'd with useful features compared to other drawing tablets at this price. I would actually recommend it if you're looking for a drawing tablet. I mentioned in the intro that I have something special for you guys, and that is right. So to celebrate 30k, Huion were kind enough to let me host a giveaway where you have the chance to win the H1161. So all you have to do is subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment on why just you want a tablet. As well as follow me and Huion on Twitter or Instagram. The winner will be picked in 21 days or 3 weeks, so unfortunately you probably won't get it for Christmas. Anyways, good luck everybody, and I will see you in my next video where I will continue to celebrate 30k. Bye.